Have you ever stopped to think about how small details can completely transform your day? No, I'm not talking about waking up earlier or drinking a stronger coffee. I'm talking about something deeper, which goes beyond daily routines. Seeking God's presence at the beginning of the day. It may seem obvious to some, but few truly understand the impact this can have. Imagine starting your morning not only with plans and commitments, but with the confidence that God is by your side, guiding every step. That changes everything, because let's face it, who doesn't need more faith and wisdom when faced with the uncertainties that arise throughout the day? If you're tired of facing challenges alone, it may be time to try something different. What if you knew that the solution is not out there, but within you, through a simple daily connection with God? When you wake up, there is a moment when everything is still silent. And it is precisely at that moment that seeking God's presence can transform your day. Even before you open your eyes to the physical world, you can open your heart to something greater, allowing faith and hope to guide your thoughts. Waking up with your mind focused on God brings a tranquility that transcends the challenges of everyday life, offering strength and clarity for each step. Imagine starting the day not in a hurry or anxiety, but with a deep sense of confidence that He is by your side. Many people wonder how they can make this a habit, and the answer is simpler than it seems. As soon as you wake up, set aside a few minutes for silent prayer, giving thanks for life, and asking for wisdom for the decisions that will arise. It may seem like a small gesture, but it is powerful. This is the kind of practice that can be easily applied to your daily life, and that will strengthen your spiritual connection. If you like to read something inspiring in the morning, I suggest starting with a psalm or a short passage from the Bible, something that speaks directly to your heart and brings you peace. As you adopt this practice, you will notice that, little by little, seeking God's presence at the beginning of the day becomes natural, almost automatic. It becomes a fuel that feeds your faith and confidence to face the daily challenges. Each morning, as you seek His company, it is as if you are recharging your soul, preparing yourself for what is to come, whether good or challenging. And, almost imperceptibly, you will notice that you are creating a cycle of gratitude and connection that extends until the end of the day, when we begin to reflect on the blessings we have received. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces we can cultivate in our hearts. When we stop to recognize the blessings that God grants us daily, we change our perspective on life. Small things, like the air we breathe, the food that sustains us, and the health that allows us to move forward, are divine gifts that often go unnoticed. By awakening this sense of gratitude, we realize that, even in the midst of challenges, God's presence surrounds us and offers us everything we need to move forward with hope and faith. Sometimes we focus only on difficult moments, but even in those moments, God is present, offering learning and growth. Being grateful does not mean ignoring problems, but recognizing that there is a greater force sustaining us, even in adversity. A practical exercise is, at the end of each day, to reflect on 3 things for which you are grateful. This simple habit strengthens faith and completely changes your mindset, bringing more lightness and confidence in the divine wisdom that guides your steps. Gratitude also teaches us to look at others in a more compassionate way. When we realize how much we have received, we feel called to share this blessing with those around us. Whether it's by offering a word of encouragement or a gesture of kindness, we are reciprocating the generosity God shows us daily. And in doing so, we create a cycle of love and justice that reflects His will for our lives, paving the way for the strength and courage we will need in the challenges the next day may bring. In moments when difficulties seem overwhelming, it is natural for confidence to begin to waver. But this is precisely when spiritual strength proves indispensable. When we place our faith in God, we find a refuge that gives us the courage we need to face any challenge. The world may seem chaotic, but by seeking divine wisdom, we learn to remain calm, knowing that each trial is an opportunity for growth and overcoming, with the certainty that He is in control. Having courage does not mean the absence of fear, but the conscious choice to move forward, even when the path seems uncertain. At times like these, a simple prayer can restore confidence. Lord, give me the strength to face what I cannot do alone. This act of humility, of recognizing that we cannot carry everything alone, is what gives us the inner peace to move forward, without letting adversity consume us. The practice of meditating on the scriptures also offers a constant source of hope and direction. Sometimes God gives us practical examples of strength by surrounding us with people who inspire us. It might be a friend who has faced a great challenge, or someone in your community who acts with unwavering faith, even in difficult times. These examples are not there by chance. They are reminders that courage and perseverance can be cultivated in us too, if we keep our focus on God and His wisdom. And it is a strength that will help us build deeper, more conscious relationships with the people around us. The relationships we cultivate throughout life are a reflection of the lessons God teaches us daily. Each friendship, each family gathering, brings with it an opportunity to learn, whether through the exchange of experiences, overcoming challenges, or simply living together. God's wisdom is also manifested in the people around us, those He places in our path to guide, support, or even challenge us. It is important to reflect on these connections, recognizing the divine presence in them, and being grateful for the opportunity to be better each day. When we think about our spiritual journey, we realize that it does not happen in isolation. It is human interactions that shape us, that make us grow in faith, trust, and understanding. With each constructive discussion, with each piece of advice received, God is offering us a new perspective, a new way of seeing the world. Therefore, it is wise to cultivate these relationships with gratitude, realizing that each person is a blessing and that over time, these connections teach us more about love and compassion than we imagine. These life experiences, often simple and everyday, are the ones that leave the greatest mark on us. Who doesn't remember a wise piece of advice from a grandfather or a deep conversation with a friend? It is in these moments that God speaks to us, guiding us and shaping our worldview. When we stop to reflect on these relationships, we realize that they are more than just casual encounters. They are opportunities for divine learning, which bring us ever closer to true wisdom. As we close the day, nothing is more powerful than a prayer asking for wisdom to face the challenges that lie ahead. Wisdom to make fair, balanced decisions that reflect God's love in each one of them. It is not easy to act justly in a world full of injustice, but when we commit ourselves to God's will, we are strengthened to follow this path. May each choice we make be guided by trusting God's greater plan, trusting that He will grant us the clarity we need to act righteously. Committing ourselves to love and justice means not only making wise decisions, but also becoming active instruments of God's peace in the world. This is reflected in the small and large actions of our daily lives, such as offering a word of support to someone who is discouraged, or defending those who are in vulnerable situations. When we ask for wisdom in our prayers, we are asking for more than knowledge. We are asking for the ability to use this knowledge to promote love and justice around us, reflecting God's character. Finally, this commitment to love and justice is not limited to the personal sphere. It expands to the impact we can have on the lives of others. Being a source of light and peace wherever we are is a way of fulfilling divine purpose. Wisdom, in this context, is a tool that allows us to navigate the complexities of life with faith, knowing that every act of kindness and justice is a reflection of God's love in action. May this prayer become a daily commitment, guiding our steps and shaping our hearts. Now that you understand the importance of seeking God's presence as you begin your day, what are you going to do with this information? Are you going to continue facing your daily challenges alone, or are you going to choose to walk with more hope, faith, and confidence by His side? God is always ready to give you wisdom. All you have to do is ask. And if you think your life could improve by adopting this practice, then why not start tomorrow? What do you have to lose? Try it and see how your perspective changes. Take advantage and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications and stay tuned. There is much more to share with you about how God can transform every aspect of your life, one step at a time.